Hey friends, today we're going to take a look at nunchucks, the coolest of the 4 Ninja Turtle weapons. What we're going to do whenever you get a pair of nunchucks, just start with just a regular, make a circle with it. This is going to give you an idea of where the point of balance and the weight is. You're not going to hurt yourself doing this, and kind of gives you an idea of, timing, how long it takes to spin, all those different things. And if you do it one way, you should probably do it the other way. Grip for nunchucks, I like to use an FMA style grip. That's where I take my thumb and forefinger and I'm gonna put it right here. This is gonna give me a lot of control over this tip. If I have control of that tip, I have control of this tip. From here, we're gonna talk about braking. Braking is where I bring this end to my body somewhere and I let the chain kind of wrap around. So I'm gonna do that on my hips, just like so. From here, we're gonna build this into a triangle. So I'm gonna go hip to hip, then I'm also gonna go hip to shoulder, just like here, and then I'm gonna go shoulder to hip. I put that all together, and then we have a triangle. This is like kind of the basics of what you'll see in most old martial arts movies. They're doing some variation of this, right? We're gonna incorporate now a spin, so as I come down, I'm gonna do a loop, loop, come up with a loop. Very easy motions, looks pretty good. Okay, now we should probably work with this other hand, right? It's just hanging out. I usually keep my hand somewhere in front of my chest or my face, so if there was something to bounce back or come in, I've got my hand up and protected. What we're gonna do is called a basic pass. Basic pass, I'm gonna come over, I'm gonna reach under my armpit, grab, and we'll just work this for a little bit. This is gonna set us up that if I wanna do that pattern on the other side, I can. You can kind of switch, just do the triangle on each side. From there, we're gonna do the reverse of this. So instead of coming over, reaching across and grabbing up with my armpit, I'm gonna come under, flinging the chuck up into my hand here. Be careful when you're doing this, kind of point your thumb out so the chuck goes that way and not into the back of your head. So we're just kind of coming up here. So then you can work any of these techniques in reverse. Sometimes you miss, that's okay. Kind of doing this thing where I'm looking in the in the mirror. It's hard to do. So behind the back, so we're breaking on the hips, just reach across, come behind. All right, switching directions there. Now we can do this in the front, right? But how cool is that? Instead of doing it in the front there, as I come around from here, what I'll do is I'll come up by my neck and I'll come it over this way. So I'm going behind the back, around the neck. Very easy pass, and it looks pretty good there. All right. So the last thing we'll show you on just our basics, just to give you a lot of moves to put together in different ways, is going open hand. Before we go open hand, we got to talk about figure eights, loop-de-loops, the chase. And that is just, I'm making a circle here, turning over my hand, make a circle here. And that's the basics of all your open hand techniques, is this figure eight pattern. It's basically when I come back on this side, I'm just gonna open my hand, right? Let the chuck carry through. We can also do that sideways. So this is where I'm coming this way, right? And I'm gonna open my hand and then turn it over. And then I'm doing it instead of like a figure eight, I like to think of this one as the letter H. That was my finger. Okay, and from there you can just kind of incorporate, these different movements around, put in those spins, those loop-de-loops. Gives you a fun thing to do on a Saturday when you're waiting for your kid to wake up from a nap, just go out in your garage and play with your nunchucks there.